Welcome back to the Live to Grind podcast show. I'm Brendan C. Adams, and on today's show, I want to talk about the power of the mastermind. I've been talking about this a lot lately. If you follow me on social media, I've been talking so much about Think and Go Rich by Napoleon Hill, talking about the power of the mastermind, and I'm getting ready, as some of you that follow me know, I'm getting ready for a big mastermind that I'm doing. We stopped doing the accelerator programs. We discontinued it, and I transitioned into doing here now actually a limited group. I'm doing a mastermind group, 10 people in it. It's 6 months long. It's going to actually be calls every 2 weeks, and then also what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 meetup weekends that are going to happen here over the coming months. So actually, June, we're going to be meeting in Orlando, Florida here. That's coming up real soon. In August, we're going to be meeting in my cabin in Iowa, actually in the middle of nowhere. And then in December, we're going to meet in California for a huge event. And I wanted to go over the power of the mastermind and briefly mention what we're doing at the mastermind. And by the way, if you are interested in this, we're still looking for a few spots. You have to actually apply or be invited. And you can go to livetogrind.com/mastermind. I encourage you, if you're interested in investing in yourself, interested in being around a group of people, my team, myself, and a group of people looking to better themselves and achieve big things in a short period of time, and you have a lot of value to bring to the group and you're motivated, then I encourage you to apply at livetogrind.com/mastermind. Mastermind principle, it gets thrown around so much. So many people say, oh, we're going to do a mastermind. I have a mastermind group and this. But a lot don't quite understand the whole mastermind principle. They don't understand. I've been studying this. And again, there's many people out there who study it more than me, but I've been studying Think and Go Rich for the past 7 years now. And I've read this chapter a couple times the last few days for Think and Go Rich. And I'm going to read into the chapter some of the things. I'm actually going to read here today some of the things that really stick out for me that are powerful. I feel like every sentence that Napoleon Hill put into this book, you get something out of it. It's so valuable. Again, if you haven't read the book, go online, go to Audible, get Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Just a game changer for me and for anybody. I direct people to it. I mean, even for somebody to work with me, they have to read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, or they have to read the How to Win Friends, Influence People by Dale Carnegie. 2 great books. But the power of the mastermind. What is a mastermind? A mastermind is when you get a group of people that work together in perfect harmony towards a common goal. People with specialized knowledge in different areas. It's proven that with multiple minds and people in a group that collaborate on something, the synergy, the power between them creates things that you can't do by yourself. There's only so much you can do alone. And when you bring in the right kind of people, it is powerful. And that's why I always say you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. And that's why I do mastermind. Heck, every week my team and I do masterminds on Tuesdays. We collaborate on things we're working on and talk about how we could get better that week and for the coming months. And then even with the accelerator programs that we did, myself, I was pushed more being around the kind of people that were trying to better themselves. For me, leading the group and helping them, but even learning for myself from the feedback and the synergy and the ideas that came from a group of people that you couldn't get anywhere else. It is a game changer. And I've put on a mastermind before for Kevin Harrington. We did in St. Pete. I've been a part of when Forbes Riley and Kevin Harrington worked on some mastermind groups before. And I've done a lot of this and I've studied it. And there's a way to do it right, which we're going to go into. And I want to read this actually straight out of the book. And every word, I feel like every word that I read in this, and I'm not going to read the whole chapter, but I have points that I take away, and I'm going to get my insight on it and share it with you. So again, if you got the book, it's chapter 10 in the book Think and Go Rich by Napoleon Hill, the power of the mastermind, the driving force, the 9th step towards riches. And the first line I'm going to read in the book, and it's down. This is what it says. Power may be defined as organized and intelligently directed knowledge. Power as a term here used refers to organized effort sufficient to enable an individual to transmute desire into its monetary equivalent. Organized effort is produced through the coordination of effort of 2 or more people who work toward a definite end in a spirit of harmony. which that means is two or more people working together towards a common goal in mind. And power is required for the accumulation of money. The next one I'll read here on page 245, and it says, examination of the three major sources of knowledge will readily disclose the difficulty an individual would have if he depended upon his efforts alone in assembling knowledge and expressing it through definite plans in terms of action. If his plans are comprehensive and if they contemplate large proportions, he must generally induce others to cooperate with him before he can inject into them the necessary element of power. So it's taking your knowledge, what you have, and also working with a group of other people who have knowledge in different areas, and taking the power you have and working with them to coordinate in the right direction. So for me, one talent that I've had is bringing together, and again, I'm not the smartest person. I didn't get the best grades. I failed many times, and I got D's and F's, and what I've learned, though, what I've really mastered is the mastermind principle, to bring in the right kind of people to come together and work together towards a common goal. And heck, our team, the teams that I have, I've built the mastermind group. I put in experts in certain areas, and I worked with them to coordinate towards a common goal in mind. Again, I wasn't the smartest guy. What I was good at is bringing the people together and empowering them, motivating them, and being the face to go out there and spread the word of the vision. And the people on the team made the things happen. You need a big team. You need a team to go far. And I guess you call me the captain of the ship, and everybody else on the ship helped make sure the ship kept moving forward. Again, the power of a mastermind. So let's go to the next one. The human mind is a form of energy, a part of it being spiritual in nature. When the minds of two people are coordinated in a spirit of harmony, the spiritual units of energy of each mind form an infinity, which constitutes the psychic phase of the mastermind. And so, or the physic phase of the mastermind. There's my reading abilities. The mastermind principle, or rather the economic feature of it, was first called to my attention by Andrew Carnegie over 25 years ago. And again, keep in mind, this is when Napoleon Hill actually went to Andrew Carnegie, and Andrew Carnegie was the one that told Napoleon Hill about this mastermind principle that he had done. Discovery of his principle was responsible for the choice of my life's work. And that's where, when he found out about the principle, Napoleon decided to go forward with basically this knowledge to take to the world from this book and all of Napoleon Hill's work. Mr. Carnegie's mastermind group consisted of a staff of approximately 50 men with whom he surrounded himself for the definite purpose of manufacturing and marketing steel. He attributed his entire fortune to the power he accumulated through this mastermind. He had a group of people, and they all were experts in different areas, and he brought them together with his goal in mind and directed it towards many riches. Analyze the record of any man who has accumulated a great fortune, and many of those who have accumulated modest fortunes, and you will find out that they had either consciously or unconsciously employed the mastermind principle. Their great power can be accumulated through no other principle. So again, you look at any success story. They had a group of people behind them. They had a mastermind group. You look at Steve Jobs. He had Wozniak. He had Wozniak that helped him. Wozniak was really kind of the smart guy behind it, and Steve was the guy that pushed him and brought in the right kind of people. He brought in a lot of smart people. He said what he wanted to do to create the iPhone, the iPod, everything else. And he directed them together, and he said, this is what we want to do. And basically, they worked in perfect harmony to make it happen. He had a mastermind group. Going to another part here. It is a well-known fact that a group of electric batteries will provide more energy than a single battery. It is also a well-known fact that an individual battery will provide energy in proportion to the number and capacity of the cells it contains. The brain functions in a similar fashion. This accounts for the fact that some brains are more efficient than others and leads to the significant statement: a group of brains coordinated or connected in a spirit of harmony will provide more thought energy than a single brain just as a group of electric batteries will provide more energy than a single battery. And that's basically showing that you look at batteries together combined can have more power. Just like more minds combined together has more power and they can come up with more things. Goes back to it's who you surround yourself with. It's so powerful. If you're with a lot of positive energy, you're going to have more energy to propel forward. If you're with people that are negative and they have that, you ever notice that when you actually go somewhere and somebody's so negative, everything like going wrong or their life isn't working out? Well, when you're around them, you feel down. But when you're around people that are up, they feel up. You need to be around people that are going to build you up. So here too, I love this. It is a well-known fact that Henry Ford began his business career under the handicap of poverty, illiteracy, and ignorance. It is an equally well-known fact that within the inconceivably short period of 10 years, Mr. Ford mastered these three handicaps, and within 25 years, he made himself one of the richest men in America. Connect with this fact the additional knowledge that Mr. Ford's most rapid strides became noticeable from the time he became a personal friend of Thomas A. Edison, and you will begin to understand what the influence of one mind upon another can accomplish. Go a step further and consider the fact that Mr. Ford's most outstanding achievements began from the time that he formed the acquaintances of Harvey Firestone, John Burroughs, and Luther Burbank, each a man of great brain capacity. And you will have further evidence that the power may be produced through friendly alliance of minds. And Henry Ford surrounded himself with people that built him up. Thomas Edison, he's around Harvey Firestone, all these people that helped him grow and reach his full potential. That's why I surround myself with the right kind of people and people that are smarter than me and know a lot of things, but also have that positive mindset and are willing to learn themselves. So men take on the nature and the habits and the power of thought of those with whom they associate in a spirit of sympathy and harmony. Henry Ford whipped poverty, illiteracy, and ignorance by aligning himself with great minds whose vibrations of thought he absorbed in his own mind through his association with Edison, Burbank, Burroughs, and Firestone. Mr. Ford added his own brain power, the sum and substance of the intelligence, experience, knowledge, and spiritual forces of these four men. Moreover, he appropriated and made use of the mastermind principle through the methods of procedure described in this book. This principle is available to you, as you all know. And talk about Gandhi, what he did. I mean, Gandhi influenced millions of people to work in perfect harmony towards, and this is again looking at what is very possible. And it says in the book, let us study the method by which Gandhi attained his stupendous power. Maybe explain in a few words. He came by power through inducing over 200 million people to coordinate with mind and body in a spirit of harmony for a definite purpose. In brief, Gandhi has accomplished a miracle, for it is a miracle when 200 million people can be induced, not forced, to cooperate in a spirit of harmony for a limitless time. If you doubt this is a miracle, try to induce any two people to cooperate in a spirit of harmony for any length of time, which, again, get a few people even to work together for a long period of time. Gandhi got 200 million people. Look what kind of miracle that happened. Look what he did. And he didn't force them. You know, you look at like bosses that are like forcing or threatening to make somebody like, hey, you might lose your job or you won't get your pay. Like what happens in the end is they don't become very successful. Their team will resent them. And you look at in our past time when these emperors and these leaders who would literally like use with force and kill or people that would try to go against them, they would kill them. Or they would even have slaves come in to do their work. That wasn't sustainable. Over time, what happened is they would be turned on. So if you want to lead right, for building your team, you need to build a vision that you're going to go towards together, and don't do it by force. Have them be a part of it. And Gandhi, people wanted to form a team to go together, work in perfect harmony, and they were a part of something. They were a part of something bigger than themselves. So here's another one, and I do this, and it's read, think, and meditate as you read, which I do I do this every day now. Soon, the entire subject will unfold and you will see it in perspective. You are now seeing the detail of the individual chapters. Money is shy and elusive as the old-time maiden. It must be wooed and won by methods not unlike those used by a determined lover or in pursuit of the girl of his choice. And coincidental as it is, the power used in the wooing of money is not greatly different from that used in wooing a maiden. That power, when successfully used in the pursuit of money, must be mixed with faith, it must be mixed with desire, it must be mixed with persistence, it must be applied through a plan, and that plan must be set into action. And for me, just giving my feedback on this, you have to have faith in what you're doing. You have to believe in it. You have to have faith on the bigger goal in mind. You have to have the burning desire, the eye of the tiger, the willing to do whatever it takes. You need to be persistent. If you're not persistent, you will fail. You have to be consistently on something. Eventually, people will go with your vision. You have to have a plan in place and put that plan in place, set it in action, and go. And these are the things that I have applied in my life, going straight from Think and Grow Rich. And the last part of this book, anybody can wish for riches, and most people do. But only a few know that a definite plan plus a burning desire for wealth are the only dependable means of accumulating wealth. You can get rich. You can get anything you want in life. You just have to work towards it. You have to believe in it. And you need to put in the things in place. And it comes down to your mastermind. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Look around. Are they positive? Are they like that energy, the Duracell battery that's building you up? Surround yourself with people that are full of energy. People that have specialized knowledge in separate areas. And when you work together in perfect harmony towards a common goal in mind, nothing will stop you. We've seen history with what Henry Ford has done with the T-Mobile, with the actual creating the vehicle. We've seen what Steve Jobs has done with the computer and with Apple products and everything we have today. We have seen what Andrew Carnegie has done in the steel industry. Thomas Edison with the light bulb. We have seen what has happened in history, and masterminds have done. Don't reinvent the wheel. I mean, masterminds is happening every single day with the President of the United States. They surround themselves with people that have knowledge in different areas, and based off that knowledge, they make a decision. As a leader myself, I have to really thank the Mastermind principle and what it's done for me in my life, in my business, and the people I surround myself with. Even Mastermind with my girlfriend Samantha, Mastermind with my entire team. The ideas that we get allow us to go very, very far. So I challenge you, I invite you to look at your circle, your inner circle. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Who are you surrounding yourself with? You are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. Your network is your net worth. Surround yourself in a group that is powerful, that can help you go far and build you up. This is why I have put together a mastermind, and with the goal to grow together and take on things in a whole new way and have each other's back and learn from the group. I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm just looking at what Henry Ford and Thomas Edison and all these people have done. So if you're interested into a mastermind, if you want to be a part of my mastermind that goes from June until December, 6 months, intense, either I invite you or you apply. I go through and I jump on a call with you and see if it's right for you. And we're meeting in June in Orlando, Florida, and my actually where I'm at in Orlando downtown. We meet in August, and we're close to Gardnerville, Iowa, where I'm actually from and born and raised. And we meet in the cabin in the woods, and we mastermind. And then we meet in December in California. And with all this, I'm actually filming all this and going to make it part of a film that I'm creating. So if you are one of the 10, not only do you get access to my team, you get access to be in a film, but also you're going to get access to influencers I bring in. I'm bringing in Kevin Harrington, the original shark of Shark Tank. You're going to actually get on for one of the Zoom calls. You can ask him questions, pick his brain. He'll share his experience. I have John Lee Dumas of Entrepreneur on Fire coming in. I have Joel Comm, who has done videos, a New York Times best-selling author. He can share everything he knows with you. I have Joel Franco of Think and Grow Rich, the legacy from our team for Think and Grow Rich, who's going to talk about his experience with the Mastermind principle, but also with the film we're bringing out. Amanda Bolin of She Did It Her Way podcast show, top podcast show named by Forbes, just doing big things in the industry with women and bringing on influencers. And then also for the weekends I have for the mastermind, I'm also bringing in different speakers. You don't know until that weekend. You get in, you're there for the weekend. I'll bring in a speaker, we'll mastermind. We're going to have some fun, some drinks and entertainment. But we're going to do hot seats, go around the room. And we're going to make sure you accomplish your goals, but also together we're going to accomplish the goals as a group. It's going to be one of the most powerful masterminds I have ever created. And if this interests you, please, live2grind.com/mastermind. I invite you to apply, live2grind.com/mastermind. And if you aren't already, join a group. Be surrounded with the right kind of people. It is powerful. It's done everything for myself, everything we do in our business. And if you want to check out the notes, and actually I just recorded this on video as well if you're listening to this. I recorded this and I want to do some more video for some of the podcast shows I do. So you're actually getting to see me reading the book and in my studio right here. But you can go to, just go to live2grind.com and you can check out the episode there and you can see the notes and see the video that I created. And as always, if you guys have any questions, reach out to me, Brandon@BrandonTAdams.com. Thank you for all your support. I love for everybody that reaches out and has questions. If you have anything that you want me to cover in the coming months, let me know. I will podcast about it. And again, as always, if you are looking to take things to the whole another level, to a whole next level for your business, see what we have going on at accelerantemediagroup.com for all the services we provide, education, you name it. Some cool stuff over there. But that's all I have for today's show. I hope you enjoyed it. And you know what time it is. It is time to go out there, create something great, and become unforgettable, because life is too short not to. I'm Brandon T. Adams. Have a great day, everyone.